Hey, welcome back. It's not really part three today, but I just wanted to, once in a while I said I'd do some other things, talk about bikes and parts and things like that. So today is the day that I've decided. I had my cabinet here behind me, and we kind of go over discussing this baby. So this baby came out in about 2003, 2004. It's called the shotgun shifter. It's changed a lot over the years. As you can see, it had a pretty big clamp on it, and the internal design has changed as well. Um, but this is kind of like one of the earlier OG shotgun shifters with, of course, skull. So basically, the shifter here that I'm looking at, it had an index plate. Kind of a step ahead of its time. No one was making the shifter. I think the next person to make a shifter is probably a decade later. And if you look at a shifter, I know where some of it came from. Anyhow, that don't matter. So anyways, after that shifter, we moved on to a little smaller version of the shifter. This one's called the Sniper. I got lucky. I found this shifter probably about 3 years ago on a bike that showed up for sale. And the bike was never used. It was won in a raffle. And the lady that won it just left it in her basement. And somehow it was up for sale in Kijiji. And I phoned her and I'm like, what are you doing with that bike? I built it. She goes, well, I won it, never did nothing with it. And I'm like, oh, I'm in Regina, and she's in Winnipeg. And she goes, well, I'm flying to Regina tomorrow. If you promise to meet me at the airport, I'll bring the bike. And deal done. So this is a Sniper. So once again, this has the 1 inch. And actually it was made for a special thing for Saskatchewan there. So they engraved it, and it had a special shifter knob on it, which I still have as well. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you can make that out, but anyhow, is the government actually approached me and bought some bikes on me for a few years and raffled them off, so which was pretty cool. So yeah, this is like just basically, it's got your indexing and all that. And like I said, today I'm just kind of talking about the shifter, just killing a couple minutes. I figured, what the fuck, I'll tell you guys what's going on. So I was like, 03, 04, that these shifter designs came out. And then after a while, another design came out. And this would be like, I would say, well, the first version changed here and there, but this was a kind of a bigger step up change. As you can see, it's still about the same length, but it got a little thinner right here, right? Because it had a different style clamp that would bolt on. My preference is I kind of kept this style and slimmed it down still, but I'll run a plate and weld the plate to the frame and then just bolt this on. It's a little tighter, less bulkiness. I think personally it's a little more cleaner, just putting a plate on here, weld it on your bike. Most of the guys are building their shit nowadays anyways. Weld it on, I know where it's going. It's my bike. Paint your bike, then bolt it on. A lot cleaner. Then it's not moving around in case it slips or whatever, right? And then again, then I had a guy in town. I was trying to get my own stuff done, and it's hard. It's hard as, other guys will find, it's not as common as it is to find a guy, hey, make me 10 of these or 15 of these, right? So anyhow, fuck's sakes. So anyhow, this is the second or the third version, and as you can see, the clamp on this area, it could have been slimmed down a little bit, which it has been changed. The first clamps were a little more rounder and that, but this could have been moved in. But this is like another little version. I actually decided to go with this. I might come out with some long ones again, but the short ones are kind of good because you can put them back farther, run through the gears. And these two, like I said, have been changed a little bit inside. They got a little bit different index plate as the earlier ones, this is kind of what we're at now. I'm missing the logo, but that could be changed and engraved. But, I was just trying to get the stuff back out there for you guys. So, bear with me. I'm working on a whole bunch of other things. I'm not really too worried about these shifters. They're kind of back burner, like they're not important. So I've been working on other things, and I've been working on this. It's kind of a paperweight, I like to call it, because I wasn't happy with it. So we're doing some pedals coming up. Here's one here, just a little bit, and I decided to change it up. I wasn't happy with with the axle design and the bearings. I always thought there's, room for improvement. So we're going through that right now. This pedal will look totally different. We're bringing back the old Iron Cross pedal, and we're bringing out another style of pedal, and we're bringing out the old original OG coffin stem here. It'll be downsized a little bit smaller. And we're going to have something to match with it as well. I'll keep that a surprise. But as you can see behind me, I got my yellow cupboard here full of knickknacks from over the years. And, you know, I basically, you know, I don't really present myself with, you know, pins and patches. You know, if you see me out there on cruise, I kind of just keep that stuff, you know, and put it in my cabinet here and treasure it that way. You know, I have respect for all the other bike clubs and people out there. And like I said, until you know, actually get out and get to talk with me and hang out with me, you know, then you can really understand me. You know, you can make your judgment then. But anyhow, I'm just going to keep on pushing the limits, whatever I do here. Keep on making you guys trying to catch up. And fuck the factory. And if there's any comments or suggestions, you know, because I'm new at this, I'm a one-take guy. One take, I don't redo it again. Let me know, or let me know something you want to talk about, because I'm going to get into some stuff with John Brain and some early years stuff coming up probably near the end of next week. So watch for that video. It's going to be a little interesting, a little bit of history that a lot of you new people, or you know, even some of your old maybe forgot about, just a little refresher. It'll be, you know, discussing like early 2000s of how I met John, our first date online, and whatever you like to call it. But anyways, John Brain's I asked him for a little advice what we should talk about. We're going to hit you up with that next week. Anyhow, over out. FIREBIKES.com. Leave some comments, follow me, share this video. Let's do this. Let's keep riding. Take care.